Hello, everyone. It is I, when in Rome, and it's like I, Roman. I am not when in Rome. When in Rome is my podcast. So I guess since it's been 5 fucking weeks, I've forgotten how to do the intro. Try it one more time. Hello, everyone. It is I, your august host of Roman and Cameron. Yeah,
Hi.
the timing would have been better if he was watching me and we had been doing this now for 5 weeks, but we're back, everyone. I hope you missed us. We missed you.
We
Cameron,
did. Yeah. It's happy to be back.
happy to be back. Hallelujah. Not really religious, so just use that. It's season 2, everyone. Season fucking 2. We're doing seasons now. We're definitely going to be taking a break every year right around this time. So we decided like that would be like the end of the season, right? So that was 5 weeks ago was the end of season 1, and now we are at season 2. Um, how did the vacation feel for you, Cameron?
Good. It was nice to take a break. And also just nice to take a break from life as well. Like to, get away.
That's code for me, everyone. What he's trying to say is he was like, it's nice that Roman went away for a while. Oh, fucking you, man. Sugar. So,
Yeah. No, it was good. I went on my trip, which I know we'll like get into as we get into things, but yeah, and uh happy to be back, kind of reset and you know, you know, new year,
New year.
new year, new season.
That new year, new season. Yeah, 2026. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. I'm 41 and a half. Anyway, after 51 episodes, I definitely needed a break. Just to like recoup my energy and build some experiences to talk about on the podcast. But I will say that halfway through like the month-long tour in Brazil, it was the podcast that I really started to miss first. Like it was like my friends, and then it was like the podcast. I missed talking to you guys about the stuff that happens in my life, like all the crazy stories I've got to share with you, because obviously I am a lot, and I'm magic, and a lot of crazy magical things happen to me. And then also I miss being able to rant about the shit happening in the world. And my God, has so much happened in 5 fucking weeks. So without further ado, we are happy to be back, and let's get into it. We are dropping this episode a day late, and that is my fault. I am so sorry, everyone. For some reason, I can't read boarding passes on airplanes because when I read it, I thought that we were leaving on Tuesday and arriving on Tuesday, coming back through time, back through the time zones, but that's not right. And Cameron was like, "You can't be, because you can't be arriving Tuesday morning when it's Tuesday morning right now, and we're talking,
Yeah,
and you're catching your flight tonight."
when you texted me and you were like, oh yeah, my flight gets in at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, and I was like, okay, and then I went on Find My, and I was like, you're still in Brazil, and
Right.
it's 8 a.m.
You were like, "Oh my God, your flight must be really fun right now." I was like, "Girl, I don't get on until later." Anyway, I got back Wednesday. So we're 24 hours late. It's my fault. I'm so sorry, everyone.
So here we are.
So here we are. We are happy to be here at the premiere for season 2, bitch. We'll be doing, I told you about seasons from now on. We have a lot of really cool stuff planned for you this season in terms of like visuals for the panels. We're gonna be adding behind the scenes content. We're gonna be interviewing other types of stars besides drag queens, and we'll of course be bringing you the amazing live interview, or not live, but filmed interviews, visual interviews, and amazing panels, right? So let's get started. Tonight, we are dropping our first half interview with the amazing Natalie Ray, the only Russian princess. She's not really a princess, she's an auntie. That thinks she's a princess. You may remember this bitch from the Emigrating to America panel. And if you do, you recall just how charismatic that she is. Well, in the interview, she's much more, right, Cameron?
Yeah, I think we really get to know her more and like go into kind of diving deeper in some of her stories and things like that.
Yeah, and it was really cool. I mean, she's from Russia, and so my God, Russia's not like the place for gays. So it was definitely interesting hearing about her experiences there, and she's just crazy. So she also was the first drag queen we had for our interview, and that came in full face. So it looked really pretty, I think, on the visuals. So stay tuned. As usual, to see the visuals, you need to be on YouTube. So make sure you're watching this on YouTube, even if you're just listening to the first half on YouTube. It's great. It just looks really cute. Karen did a really great job.
Thank you.
So make sure you're on YouTube, bitch. Anyway, We also have some great panels in store for you this month. Coming up next week, we'll be doing our panel on how do we survive the next 4 years with Trump. Like, my God, even in the past 5 weeks, right? It's just Trump. It's just so much Trump shit, right? I hate him. But we have to get through this 4 years. We have to not only like get through these 4 years, we need to push back. We need to be angry. We also need to be safe, and we also need to have like mental stability. So I thought it was good for me to sit down and talk to my friends Phil and Bianca just about what we're trying to do or learning to do, or we looked up what to do to try to solve these, to get through these 4 years. It was a really good panel. And then we also, the next panel we're going to be debuting in a couple weeks is tools of the gay trade. Where can you get it? Which ones the best ones were? And this was really fun. I know Cameron really liked this one. It
Yeah.
was just like tools of the gay trade, everything from like gay porn to lube to cock rings and shit like that. Like all of that shit, prep, just things that like tools of the gay trade. Where can you get it? What's the best? It was really fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've got some great content coming to you for season two, for the beginning of season two. Thanks again for tuning in and listening. Remember to listen, like, share, and laugh. My IG is WHENNROME. And with that, let's get our mood enhancer, please. My God, how much mood enhancer. I was so mood enhanced in Brazil. Anyway, on the count of three, actually, let's do it. Let's see if I can do it in Portuguese. Dois, três. Enhance yourself. Let's get into it, bitches. Okay, so I'm back from outer space. Well, not outer space, but Brazil. And after it's been a month, my month-long sojourn in Brazil, you guys know I've been talking about it for like the months before I went. But honestly, it was the best trip of my motherfucking life. I had the best time. And as always on these trips, I learned a lot about myself. And I think I've grown and learned a lot on each of these trips that I've been on, because I've gone to Brazil, or even when I go to when I've been to Madrid and stuff like that. And each successive trip, I can see growth. And for this trip, I really just think that it all culminated into me like kind of having just the best time, because I pushed myself not to be so shy with men, and it worked. I was the most confident I've ever been in myself, the most sexually confident I've ever been, just the most confident socially. I was just like the most open socially and the most open emotionally, and it like came back. You know what I mean? So it was just really cool when you like work on yourself and you can get like good results, especially when you're on vacation, right? I had let's just say it started with me going and flying into Brazil, and the baggage handler guy that was there blocked eyes with me. Next thing you know, he's like walking through customs. He's like, "Oh, I'll just take your bag so you don't have to go through customs." Okay, girl. And then next thing you know, he's coming all over my face in the bathroom after I sucked him off. So I mean, like, that was like, okay, Rio, like that's a cool way to start, right, Cameron?
Not you handling the baggage handler's baggage.
Hey, yeah, right. And I never get the whole like eye squint thing, but it like worked, bitch. It never works for me. But the eyes locked, and his eye locked. So yeah, let's just say that was great. I have tons of stories to share with you guys from Brazil, and I'll be sharing them over the next like 2 or 3 shows. Have no fear, have no fear. If you haven't been to Brazil, I urge you to go. Literally, I've never seen someone go and then not like return on a trip. Most people go and stay longer. Like my friend, who I won't say his name, because I don't have permission. But anyway, he went and he wound up extending for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like almost everyone I know is gone, and then they extend, or you know what I mean, or they come back.
Yeah, but like all of you went. Like there were so many people from being like they're just popping up in Brazil.
Yeah,
I was
everybody
like,
from
oh,
Brazil. It was crazy. I
okay.
saw so many people that used to live in San Francisco that now like live in Brazil, that are like working from home in New York. All right, girl. It was amazing. The men, the culture, the beaches, the access to stuff like mood enhancers, girl. They have delivery, man, and you can never mind. I will say that I was a fucking mess in Brazil. There's this club called Pink Flamingo. It's one of the more popular clubs in Rio. Even though it fucking sucks, like it can suck my dick. The music sucks, but it's like the only club in Rio that has a drag queen, which is crazy. I feel like every club in like the places that we go all over the world have drag queens all over the place, but like even Sao Paulo, they have tons of drag queens, or a lot more. But in Rio, they have one. Anyway, this club was all about drinking, and that's all they want you to do. And y'all know I don't drink. I imbibe other substances. So I got caught on the dance floor once, like one time, and then they kicked me out. Whatever. So the next time I went back, I was like, I'm gonna follow your rules, blah 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 blah. But they were like hounding me, like following me around. Security was following me around. Went to the bathroom, came out of the stall alone. They're looking at me crazy, and I'm just smiling like I don't give a fuck about you. So anyway, I handed my friend my wallet. I'm telling you, my wallet, y'all, my motherfucking wallet on the dance floor. I hand it to my friend. 5 minutes later, he goes to the bathroom by himself. I mind you, to the stall. They start banging on the door, talking about, we know you're doing drugs in there. And they kick him out, and then they come and find me on the dance floor and kick me out, saying, we saw you hand him something. I said, what is this? Like, what kind of prison concentration camp? Fuck Pink Flamingo, okay? And so they're like, you're banned. Your mama's banned, okay? I don't mind being banned from Pink Flamingo when they just like, you ain't gonna force me to motherfucking drink. If I don't want to motherfucking drink, I'm gonna follow your rules and I will do what I want to do in the bathroom by myself. But you can't tell me I can't do that. And if that's how you want to be, I don't want to be in a fucking club anyway. Fuck Pink Flamingo. Anyway, Karen, you went on the cruise. How was it?
Yeah, it was great. It was it's usual great self of partying. The weather's great. Lots of hot men from all over the world.
Lots of hot white and Asian men.
There was a
Well, a
lot
smattering of people of color.
no,
A smattering of
okay.
other people of color. Sorry, Asians.
Um, Lots of big dicks all over.
The cruise?
Yeah, it's like they all float in.
Just say there were Asians on the cruise. Ooh.
I did end up getting sick at the end for the last like 2 days of the cruise.
Shigella?
No, not this time.
Not this time, everyone.
um, but no, I was just like had a fever and just was like just sick in bed for like 2 days. The last 2
Shigella.
days.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. But you had a good time.
Yeah, had a great time.
Are you planning any other trips this year that we should be aware?
I am going to Purple Party.
That's in May, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then going to London in June.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
And then Market Days.
I can't wait for you to see all the uncut dicks.
And I think that's all I have planned for now.
Yeah, uncut dicks. So I'm back to the amazing fucking weather here in SF. Isn't the weather here in SF so great right now, Cameron? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's great. I love the rain.
And cold. I was looking
Yeah.
out the window as the plane was landing and looking at all the clouds and all the cool fucking weather. I swear to God, I teared up because I was like, I'm gonna miss the heat of Brazil. Even though that last day I was in Brazil was like Tuesday, I was on the beach and I was like over it. I was like, I'm so tired of being fucking hot. I'm so tired of sweating all the time and da 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 da. So I mean, like it was a little bit of both. You know what I mean? Like I got here and I was like, ugh, I miss it. But when I was there, I was okay. It's been a month of this like outrageous heat. I need some rather like colder weather.
Yeah.
Also like they have really strange smelling bathrooms in Brazil. Like I think it's the plumbing, but let's just say I'm tired of smelling something that smells worse than the Eagle on a bad day at every party. Like that's at every party, every club. Yeah, it's like it's a lot.
I don't like that.
Plus, they also do this thing where they make you buy a ticket to get a drink. You know how like if you go to like a church event or like a fundraising event, they'll make you buy a ticket to get a
Yeah.
drink, so you're not like selling liquor. They do that at every club for every drink.
Oh,
Imagine having to go to find the cab, the change person who to order something, and then go to the bar every fucking club. Every
yeah,
bar.
yeah.
Oh my God, I wanted to kill myself. I hate it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wanted to kill myself. I hate it.
Yeah, I remember that when we were in Barcelona at that one party.
Anyway, there, that was just things you get annoyed by when you're at a place for a month. And that was it. With that, guys, let's go on to party reviews. And we're back with party reviews. I wasn't here, but Cameron has a couple of parties that he would like to review. Go ahead, Cameron.
Yeah. So this past weekend, well, so I'll say I didn't really go out a lot while you were gone.
You don't go out a lot while I'm here, so
I know
wow,
consistency.
yeah,
You know,
consistency. No, yeah,
didn't want to upset the status quo.
yes, right. My God,
Yeah,
the universe does not need anything else going on.
exactly. Right now, there's a lot other things going on. I didn't want to like disrupt the,
Yeah,
moving
you
on.
were getting over your Shigella.
Part two. So yeah. I will say, what was it, Saturday? There was a house party at Powerhouse, which that was you're saying so? Okay. That was really odd. The crowd was not anyone I have like ever seen in Powerhouse before, and like the energy was chaotic. Um,
Yeah,
multiple
because if you've
people.
never been to Powerhouse, you don't really know what the fuck's going on. Everyone's just bumping into you and shit.
Yeah, I had
It was probably
multiple.
too fucking hot.
Oh, it was. I had multiple people that just came up. They're like, it just feels off in here. Even Kai was like, it's weird energy. So I mean, yeah. Also the music they could the CDJs like broke in the beginning and they had to like fix it, that they didn't have the DJ go on until like 11 o'clock. So that was a little bit of a mess. But
Was there no music, or was it just
they
not
were
the
just
DJ?
playing like a podcast like
Oh, okay.
in the beach. So like there was still music, but it was like this
Yeah.
started at 9,
Right.
So in that we were like, okay, it's chaotic in here. Let's go down to F8 because Dad was there, and most people that I had talked to were planning to go to that. We got there, the line was around the corner, and this was at like 1 o'clock.
Damn.
They were doing one in, one out, and the amount of people that were staying there, I was like, hell no. I didn't have a ticket, so it was going to be, if they had tickets, like $30 at the door, and I was like, no, I'm not waiting in line. I walked by and walked right back to
So the whole
Powerhouse.
fucking city wanted to go to Mule. I mean, wanted to go to fucking what's it called?
To
That's
Dad,
crazy.
apparently. So then right around, or sorry, that was at like 11 or 11:30, 12. Then I went back there at like little after 1, because I was like, okay, Powerhouse is gonna shut down, like let's go back and look. There was still a fucking line, and I was
my
like,
God.
people are still waiting here. I was like, no, I'm not.
Especially because by then it'd be so packed. And like the cool thing about that is, one of the good things is that like, well, a good thing is that it like empties out later, so that's when you can start to enjoy it. But if
Right.
it stays packed that whole time,
Yeah,
I'd be
still
so annoyed.
no. Yes. So yeah, that's what I got.
That's funny. Okay, well, thank you for the party reviews.
Yeah.
We've got some upcoming events to talk about. On 315, we've got Truck throwing the only sex party at Club 6 with Amanda Lepore. It should be a really fun time. The last Truck party at Club 6 was packed, I heard, so get your tickets to go on down to that. We have a Luxury Looks at Public Works for those of you who are not doing the sex thing there. That's at on 315 as well. You know, Luxury Looks parties can range from having amazing music with a great vibe to having some nights where the music is just so-so. So honestly, never know which type I'm going to get. But the white boys are hot, and you see a lot of boys you don't normally see, so I'll be there. Hopefully, I'll love the music. There's a Boom Boom at Bo on 315. The Brazilian part of Bo is there. Be there if you're into it. There's a Young Hearts at Eagle on 315 as well. Like, my God, there's a lot going on 315. Daytime Realness is the season opener, is going to be this Sunday on 316. So you know we love Daytime Realness. I'm excited to be back for its opening. The music is usually very cute, and so are the guys. And on Sunday during the day, it's a fun time, although it's going to be a little cold, so probably plan for the weather. There is an Imagina apparently at Bo with Alex Acosta on 321. I have never heard. I had things that I did not have on my bingo card for 2026 was Alex Acosta at Bo, Kai Martinez party at Bo. Wow. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm here for more circuit party music at Bo. I'm very interested to see how this is going to go. Yeah. So 321. That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Like you said, I'm interested to see how it goes. Because it's not a huge venue in a way for like it's a bar, you know, like it's not like an event space in that sense. But I mean, like it'll be like house party, but I know like the production that he does like tries to do for, I mean, he does like bigger than a bar.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
I mean, and it's called Galaxy or something. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it'll be interesting to see like how much of a production and what it looks like and what how it's cost to play. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Um,
think that like definitely the circuit things that they've been doing in Bo have been like it seems positive. Like the
mhm.
crowd is there and like
They're
people are
doing a lot more
enjoying it.
circuit. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, I think it'll be interesting to
interesting
see.
how like they used to not do circuit at all. Now it's a lot more circuit, baby.
Yeah.
Anyway, and who ushered that in, by the way? Oh, is that me? Was that me? Anyway,
Sure.
look, there's a Lick It at Powerhouse on 322. You know, my favorite party at Powerhouse, or one of them anyway. So go. It's a neon themed party with sex vibes, of course. There's a Fake and Gay 7-year anniversary at 10:15 on March 28th. If you like Fake and Gay, then you won't want to miss their 7-year anniversary. This party is normally at 10:15, so obviously head on there on 328. And then also there is a Prime at Club 6 on March 29th. I've had a lot of fun at this party. The last time I went, I probably had the most fun. So I'll probably hit this one up. And that is my party review. With that, we're going to take a break. We'll be back, babies. Mm-hmm. And we're back, everyone, with world news. Now, this is what I miss, being able to rant about this shit that's going on in this motherfucking world. Excuse me, I had a little dick in my throat. Okay, first topic. Germany buried spy report that COVID started in Wuhan lab. Chancellors Merkel and Anne Schulz are said to have kept secret an explosive intelligence assessment of how the pandemic began. Investigations by the newspapers Zeit and Süddeutsche Zeitung, no, found that the Chancellery of Angela Merkel commissioned the intelligence agency to assess the origins of the virus. The BND analysis published analyzed public data and material obtained as part of an intelligence operation named Serema. It was said to have found evidence of high-risk experiments done at the Wuhan lab and significant breaches of laboratory safety regulations. Apparently, neither chancellor thought the news was important enough to share with the public, as the report has still not been released. Other governments have come to the same conclusion, even though China has consistently denied it. The CIA under Trump's first presidency came to the same conclusion, but that report was also not really acknowledged. It's crazy to me that it's now pretty clear that China has caused COVID, and yet no one is going to say anything on record because of how powerful China is, or that they're just like they're not willing with like without enough like concrete proof to just wage the battle with China that would have to happen because China would just make it a big public relations battle. You know what I mean? Because they've just been like denying it. But essentially, the article saying that every intelligence agency, when they've done an assessment, including our own, has said that it came from Wuhan and it came from the lab. And what really gets me was really annoying, and I don't know if you remember this, Cameron, but during the actual epidemic, people were talking about how China could have done it because of Wuhan and their safety breaches, and because they were working with and doing experiments with COVID-like, diseases or whatever, flu viruses at the Wuhan lab. But they made people feel stupid like me, or like conspiracy theorists when it was actually right. You know what I mean? And I remember that. And it was Democrats and fucking Republicans. It was like, you know what I mean? And it annoys me because they were using the weaponization of like conspiracy theory, right? They were trying to say like, oh, if you believe that, you're a conspiracy theorist, so you shouldn't believe that. No, girl, it's like that is literally Occam's razor, which I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's basically a principle that like if you have two competing hypotheses, then the one that is the simplest is generally going to be right. And so like in this case, you had a fucking lab in Wuhan that was run by the Chinese, government that they were doing experiments on COVID-like viruses, and they had a series of safety breaches that had been noted and documented and talked about, even by Americans, because they had Americans in other countries going there to visit. And then you have this theory that it spontaneously came from this fucking wet market where all these animals were kept in the same fucking cage, admittedly, and that's how diseases transmit. But what are the chances of that happening versus, you know what I mean, this Wuhan lab where they were fucking doing fucking experiments on, and the experiments they were doing were trying to weaponize and, you know what I mean, and influence viruses and make them stronger. Oh my God. So like, you know what I mean? It's like, of course that's what happened. Oh, Cameron.
Yeah. I'm reading this like supplemental article that's showing like where the like hotspot of viruses are, and it's a right or cases were right next to the institute, and like the wet market is like across the town, like and then that just that they had this program of weaponizing COVID, or like what does it say? Um anyway, pursuing they were pursuing bioweapons, and then the fact that like all these people that work there that were like middle aged were getting very sick with influenza, and it's like 35-year-olds don't get very sick,
Right.
like
From
like
influenza.
standard flu,
Right.
so it's like clearly all the signs point to yes, but
Right.
no one's
But I mean, I think that like I think we should just like let that sit. That like literally that a man made. So we talk about these things happening. It just happened. That is a scary movie, right? Like that's literally a pandemic movie. Do you know what I mean? Like we just lived through a pandemic movie where a man-made virus escaped from by accident from a fucking laboratory that because they were trying to weaponize a disease,
yeah.
and it escaped and affected and killed how many millions of people? That's crazy. That's crazy. That like, cause until I like was reading this article, I hadn't really like, I hadn't said it that was real like that.
Yeah. And it's just another thing they were saying, that there was this new like form of coronavirus that was like discovered in a cave, and then was like transported to the lab in Wuhan, and then suddenly became classified, and that's where like the paper trail stops. And it's like
Okay,
like
bro.
right, it's like yeah,
I
okay,
mean,
the market across the
yeah,
town.
but I mean,
Yeah.
like China's not going to acknowledge it, but I mean, that's got to be one of
Yeah.
the biggest, if
It's
not, I don't know if that's got to be the biggest accident in history, right? That biggest human cause death. And now, I mean, my God, I mean, maybe not because it's whatever, but like, I don't know if an accident that has affected that many people. It's definitely the first accident that's affected everyone globally. I've never,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, we'd have to look it up, but I mean, right?
yeah, it's like just thinking about like, aside from like when we're looking at these like large, but like things like measles, or
Yeah.
like things like
Yeah,
that,
but
but, like we didn't
measles aren't
have like,
man-made. You know what I mean?
but
Like
yeah,
this is a man. Like I'm saying, this has got to be
uh,
the largest, the one of the biggest, most impactful, in deaths from a man-made thing.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like wow.
yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
let's move the fuck on.
I think
Okay.
that was like what, the 5-year anniversary
Right.
of
Right. Wow.
COVID.
Like
Yeah,
okay. It's the 5-year anniversary of COVID.
yeah.
Okay, and well, whew, okay, and let's go to American news. And we're back with American news. Like, oh my God. You know what the struggle is going to be? To find some positive American news. You know what I mean? Because every fucking time I'm looking for American news, woo!
Yeah.
So here we go. The arrest of a pro Palestinian immigrant should worry every American. Civil rights advocates are accusing the Trump administration of trampling the First Amendment following the arrest of an immigrant who was involved with a pro Palestinian protest at Columbia University. Sorry, guys. Lost my voice a little bit from all that, yelling at clubs. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement reportedly showed up at and arrested him. Showed up at Mahmoud Khalid's university-owned apartment in Manhattan on Saturday and arrested him without telling his pregnant girlfriend why. They later informed his attorney they were revoking his green card, claiming that Khalil had led activities aligned to Hamas, but not charging him with a crime. They on Monday, a federal judge blocked Khalid's deportation temporarily. The case may test the First Amendment rights, especially for non-citizen legal residents. So basically, here we have Trump trotting out the authoritarian playbook, right? Where they start going after the media and people who protest against them, and threaten and put fear in the hearts of the people who protest. So Khalil took part in the negotiations between the university and the protesters because he was a student at Columbia University. He's probably one of the most visible students, right? Because he was on, you know what I mean, actually in the negotiations with the faculty and the police. So this is basically Trump trying to use him as an example. The problem, and the reason this is like we all need to be looking at this, is that it's pretty clear that the administration does not have any proof of criminal conduct because they haven't even been able to bring anything up, right? They're just saying he's Hamas, but they don't have any proof, and so then they're arresting him without any proof, and they're holding him, and they're trying to deport him without actually any and that's illegal. And if the court, even if the court stops him, which hopefully they will, which they kind of have temporarily, it's an escalation in federal power. It's an escalation in how the president uses power, and so that's scary, especially because of the way that Trump likes to talk about protesters, right? Like if you hear about all the protesters who are protesting Elon Musk at his Tesla dealership, Trump's talking about like, oh, they're terrorists and they should be locked up, right? So like, I know I'm gonna be protesting at some point, this motherfucker. You know what I mean? That I'm gonna be out there protesting. So this is one story I want to watch. And these kind of stories, because how we prosecute or how we deal with those will have a direct impact, could have a direct impact on me, because I know I'm gonna be protesting at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting that just how everything is changing, like how everything is shifting into what we assumed or like have come to know as like things that were protected in the government, or that like we knew were things that are law and that exist, that have been and were are very quickly being erased or changed to manipulated for the people's benefit that are in power, and how they want things to happen against the like established processes and the wishes of like the American people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting to just watch this unfold in general, starting here. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like this one I think is just really, I can see it affecting us. You know what I mean? Because I plan on protesting at some point. We go to protest. San Francisco is known for protesting. People, you know what I mean, protesting his Elon Musk Tesla dealerships right now. So how he tries to handle protesters is going to be really interesting, because it's like very personal.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that even just looking at this, like it can very quickly extend beyond this to just being every day. Like this is like free speech.
Yeah,
like so this is just like you don't even have to say it's like protest. Like you could just whatever, and then someone decides he's
doing this. Yeah, and he's also doing it. You're right. He's doing it to put fear into people to even speak out. And then also with like Columbia University, they came down harshly on the protesters, and the federal government still cut their funding by $400 million because you know what I mean, they weren't harsh enough on the protesters, right? So he's weaponizing the federal government in ways that other people haven't before. So yeah. And with that, let's take a break. And we're back with local news. This one's a fun one. San Jose wants to renew the restraining order on cop watcher. So an appellate court last year found San Jose leaders violated a person's First Amendment rights with a rare restraining order that hindered him from filming police officers in public. The city is fighting to keep it in place anyway. Nicholas Robinson had 2 convictions overturned in November for violating a restraining order that kept him from filming officers within 100 feet. The ruling found that it was an overly broad interpretation of the law and struck it down, but it upheld a couple other rulings because Nicholas had sent profane emails to the cops and he shined a flashlight in officers' eyes. Robinson said he is happy with the ruling and plans to file a civil lawsuit about other charges, which I think is very cool. He get a civil rights lawyer and sue the shit out of them, right? The city is saying that Nicholas is a nuisance and keeps the cops from doing their jobs. Okay, yeah, fucking right, bitch. The only reason cops don't want to be filmed is so they can do illegal shit. And if he's standing 150 feet away, that's okay, but not 100 feet. That's just like, because how can the cops feel like they're in danger when they have all the guns and all the law on their side? Like, fuck you, bitch. Shut the fuck up. The city obtained this restraining order in 2019 because they accused Nicholas harassing and baiting their officers. This is after an officer broke Nicholas's arm in 2018 when he was a security guard and he appeared with his flashlight to film a police conducting an arrest on the highway. The city settled with him for $30,000 because of the incident. Like, This is a crazy ass story. This should be this could be like a show, like an episode on some show.
But I just want to know, I with the Mr. Robinson. What is he got too much free time?
He
Like
does,
if he's
girl.
got,
Well,
he's a security guard. Like
maybe he's just trying to get Harriet again so he could get sued.
Well,
So he
like
can sue because he got 30K. So
yeah,
and now he's trying to get a civil rights lawyer, but maybe but I mean, but hey, like the cops need to be filmed.
yeah, I know, but I just like this line where they broke his arm after the then security guard appeared with his flashlight to film police conduct on the
Because maybe,
101.
I'm saying maybe
I mean,
maybe he saw them like treating someone like shit and he wanted to film them.
I know it's just the way it's written. Like he showed up with his flashlight, like I'm the detective.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I
I think I don't know.
on the 101.
I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, they call them cop watchers. But I think it's good. Like I think you should be filming motherfuckers, especially if you mean maybe he's black and he's just trying to make sure. Nicholas Robinson. So I mean, I'm here for it.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask if you looked up. If
No, if you looked up, he's black. But I mean, see, yeah. Anyway, what's crazy to me is that like cops, they should be used to being filmed anyway because all of them are supposed to have body cams on anyway. So the fact that they're just so worried about someone else filming them is funny to me, and the fact that they got a restraining order is even funnier. Like that tells you everything you know about what cops think of their job and why they have to hide it from the public. That's crazy. Anything else, Cameron?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, with that, let's go to pop culture. And we're back. Okay, oh my God. So while we were taking a little break, Cameron brought up the video of Nicholas Robinson's 2018 arrests, and like there's because there's a video, body cam footage. And it's crazy, Cameron.
It is crazy. Okay, so I'm on his side. Now that I'm like, he is just there, and sure, could he have been like pointing the flashlight and that? Sure. But then he's just like having a conversation with them where they're like, yeah, we're like, don't do this. And he's like gesturing with this flashlight.
Wait,
and then like,
and by the way, the flashlight he's not shining. He's no longer shining it in their face. Like maybe at the beginning he may have
he definitely
shined it up.
Yeah.
But then after they asked him to stop, he stopped. And then 3 minutes later, they're talking. What they didn't like is that he had an attitude because he was like, "You can't talk to me like that. You're not supposed to be on this property." And da 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 da. And so they didn't like that. He was not shining light in their face anymore. So even if he was at the beginning, they had no right to attack him, and he wasn't even standing close to them. They just jumped at him. Oh my God! And threw him on the ground, broke that man's arm.
Yeah.
He deserves a way more than $30,000.
But also, I did have to kind of to when you're saying like they didn't like his attitude. Because they were like, how many times do we have to tell you? It's like several. So like he had an attitude and he was like going in, but like doesn't warrant what they did. But definitely they were fed up. And then they
were mad because he had a fucking attitude and but like you don't just get to break somebody's fucking arm. Damn, they could have done so much more. There's been so many things they could have done besides break his arm. They could have. Whatever. Like fuck
I love she didn't have her attitude. She's like, last time I checked, I thought like,
she's right. You can't talk to me like this, and you can't stand there, bitch. We will put the link in the show notes so you guys can see the video. It's hilarious. Okay, now we're going into pop culture news, and this one's interesting.
Oh shit.
Oh, sorry guys. There was a little. Are we still recording?
Yeah. Oh shit! Hold on. I think I fixed it. Don't.
Okay, so that was funny. We'll probably edit it out, but you guys missed something funny. Actually, just leave it in there.
I'll see what happens.
No, just leave it in there. Fuck it. I think it's hilarious. You see how it feels. Anyway, pop culture news. Top UK comedy club bans audience members with Botox after numerous complaints.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Wait.
Yes, bitch. Top UK comedy club. I found this one last week and I was so excited to talk about it. Top UK comedy club bans audience members with Botox after numerous complaints. So, one of the UK's leading comedy clubs has banned guests with Botox in a move that's no laughing matter, reads the article. Top Secret Comedy Club has hosted some of the biggest names in comedy like Jack Whitehall, Amy Schumer, and Dave Chappelle. Boo, you fucking transphobe. But in a drastic move, those with Botox will be unable to see similar stars at the theater after stand-up acts shared concerns that audience members with frozen faces aren't reacting to their jokes.
Stop it right fucking now. I'm reading the headline. Stop it.
They're estimated to be like 1 million Botox injections a year in Britain, which is a lot. The owner of the comedy club says it's the last resort to ban guests up to their eyeballs in Botox. He says his incredibly talented comedians are tired of performing to reactionless faces, and he's had numerous complaints. They even talked to a couple comedians who say that it's really hard to gen up the energy when you have a bunch of people with Botox and reactionless faces. So this is just really funny. Like the random side effects of Botox, which I guess if you think about it, the amount of people who do Botox now, if you just took I don't know what kind of study it would be, but like the amount of facial expressions, like the amount, how much people express their face or how much it was shown compared to how before when there was no Botox or less Botox. Like I guess in aggregate, people probably are showing a lot less expression in general because there's a lot more people with Botox. But I didn't know it had gotten so bad that you can't he's in a comedy club full of mannequins is what he's saying. I think it's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I know you might get to this, but it's saying members will be vetted by the door staff trained to carry out ID checks and expression tests to detect the Botox.
I mean,
and this sign, freeze if you've had Botox. What?
It's the craziest thing. I mean, but
no expression, no entry.
I think only the top leading comedy club in a city could do something like this because I mean, how would most people would want business? But I think it's fucking hilarious. I love it.
I feel like it's a bit, of course, it's a comedy club. They're leaning in on some of the jokes here too, but also I guess I don't know. To me, I feel like there's so much more than just the expressions of Botox. To say that comedians are funny or not. I feel like they're grasping at straws.
Yeah,
right, exactly. Just because
I don't know.
Just because you have Botox,
also, it could be kind of weird. I'm not. And I haven't lived around and that kind of places, but I can say that when I went to the chapel in LA, I was a little enhanced, and I remember looking around and feeling like I was in a scary movie. Or do you remember the Joker in Batman, the one with Jim Carrey?
Yeah,
when he got at the very end when he had those things on his head, right? Yeah. And they were sending the things back, and his head started to get bigger and misshapen. That's what some of the trannies look like. Do you know what I mean? It looked like everyone started to look really strange because I could just see the Botox. I could see it, so I can imagine. You know what I mean? And I was just at a club, so I can imagine. You know what I mean? If you just happen to be with 80% of the people all of a sudden have a lot of Botox, you might be able to see a difference in something where you're looking at facial expressions. You know what I mean? I don't know if I would get to the point of banning it, but I definitely can see it being notable.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really funny to me. Anyway, that's our motherfucking show, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the news recap and everything else. Stay tuned after the break for our second half interview with Natalie Ray. It's going to be on YouTube. On YouTube. You should be watching this on YouTube anyway. We should just because it's a little fun. And then you get to see the second half, which is Natalie Ray and the visual interview. Or if not, you want to just listen to it, then it's on Spotify or Apple or all those other ones. Next week, we'll be dropping our panel on how do we survive the next 4 years with fucking Trump. Also, please check out our new Discord server. The link's in the show notes. See you next week. I can't believe I get to say that. Hello, I'm back. We're back. See you next week. Remember to listen, rate, and share. Please tell your friends and spread the word. Also, remember to set a reminder so you'll get a notice when I post new shows. Send me any feedback, questions, comments, or concerns. My IG is WHENNROME. And until next time, keep it sassy, San Francisco.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, everyone. Hi. It's me.
Valentina.
Ethelba, or whatever it is, Alphaba?
Alphaba.
Oh god, such a stupid fucking name. Anyway, hi, it's Roman, it's I, it's one in Rome, and we're here with another interview, our third interview actually, and our season 2 opener interview with the amazing Natalie Ray.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, and you guys, thank you, you look amazing. Thank you
for having me.
You guys probably remember Natalie from the Emigrating to the US episode on the panel, and she talked about all things Russia and like solo red cups, and you know what I mean? It was really fun, and I was really excited after that to get you here for this interview to just dig into your weird little brain.
Yes, I am quite weird.
So let's get started. Okay, let's talk. When and where were you born?
I was born January 18, 1904.
Okay.
And I was born in Moscow, Russia.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was born in Moscow, Russia, but I was raised between a little village in like outside, way outside of Moscow.
Okay. How was that? How was it like being?
Well, I grew up in a village in a farm,
Okay.
so I had like cows and geese and
Okay.
chickens.
And Russia was very Russia, right?
It was very Russia. It was 2000. So I grew up during like a late 90s, going to 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
That was my like youth years, and those were the best years of living in Russia.
Okay. So you grew up in Russia. When did you start doing drag?
So the drug part is a really funny thing.
Okay.
When I decided to move to I finished the theater school in Russia.
Okay.
And when I decided to move to United States, I didn't speak any English, so I had to figure out what to do for money.
Right.
And so one of my friends, because one of the things when you go to the theater school in Russia, you have to do the gender switch. They teach you how to play the other gender. At that time, at that time that was the thing. I don't know if now with the new laws they do that.
Oh, so they would teach you how to play the different genders, so you can play different genders with different roles.
Yes.
And they just taught you that.
Yeah.
That's interesting for like a country as conservative as Russia.
Well, because at that time we had tattoo. Tattoo. Like the liberation.
Yeah.
You know what tattoo is? The group.
No. So
the most popular group that performed at VMA and everywhere because it's like a lesbian lesbian pop group.
Okay.
Google it. You love it.
Okay. Tattoo. Okay.
And when I was doing it, I think I was 18 at the time. One of my friends, they were like, "You're really good.
Yeah.
You should try like do that for a living."
When you were doing what?
When I was doing the gender switch.
When you
I
were
was
performing.
in the school. When we went at the school.
Wow, we're gonna need you to fully say what the fuck you were talking about because you were talking in some small joints. Okay, so for those of us who don't understand, when you were performing as a gender switch
in the school, for school play, for school
they were like, "Wow, you do really well as a woman."
One of my friends said that you're really good at it. You should try do that for a living.
It's probably because you kept the role going like after. You were like, God,
Well,
that's
because
Madonna.
you knew that I was a fag.
Yeah, obviously. That's what I mean. You're a bitch.
And
You know what I mean? So you're kind of like, they were like, oh, maybe you should do this for a living because you seem to just keep the role going.
And so at that time, I started going to like a gay clubs in Moscow. There was a huge gay club. I think it still stands, and it's in a different area. It's called Central Station.
What are the gay clubs in Moscow like?
It's very like. You don't know that it's a club.
Yeah.
It's just a black door with the intercom, and you call to the intercom. And they were like, "What is it?" And you're like, "I want to go to the club." And they were like, "Do you know which club it is?" And you're like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Which other clubs did you went to prior?" And you're like, "Oh, I went here and there." And they were like, "Okay." And then you come over and they like really pat you down and cavity search you and everything. Wow. And then it's like a full regular club, just no windows, no door, like one door, yada yada yada. But going back to how I started drag,
right?
So they said that, hey, it's a really great idea for you to try it. And so when I started going to the clubs, I saw all these beautiful drag queens, and I was like, fuck, if I decided, like, if I'm going to America, if I'm moving to America, maybe it's a good idea to try something that's going to pay in cash, and you don't have to speak. And so I started...
Wait, okay, hold on. So you were like, okay, I'm going to America, and you were like, I don't know any English, and I'm gonna need to find a job. And so then you go into a gay club and you see drag queens, and you're like, that might be cool because what makes you think drag queens don't need to speak?
Well, because in my mind, I was just like,
Oh, lip syncing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you really, you just know the song and you don't have to.
If I need to try to get bookings, you can just talk to the translator and like send it to them in a message.
That is a very interesting way of thinking.
It was a tip. It was tips. It was paid by cash.
Yeah.
That was the best scenario for me when I moved to the States because I was like I couldn't get a regular job because I didn't have papers at the time and I didn't speak fucking English.
Right.
So,
but I mean, that's like a strong soul to like make that jump like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of cool.
Well, because I didn't have a choice. Yeah. At that point, I was just like, we're doing this or we're staying in Russia. Right. But at that time, when that's where the laws started going into like the crazy area when people got really aggressive and and so we decided I made a decision because I was like I can continue and live in a closet and just live my life shitty, or I can go and try because I always said I was like if it's not going to work out in the States I can always come back. Right. And there was a moment in my life when I think 6 months into leaving I was just like I can't do this anymore. I'm like I'm done. I don't have any friends because I always as a kid I had a problem of getting friends and I couldn't find any friends. I couldn't the language was going really badly even though I lived with an American family it still was really hard for me to learn the language.
I mean English is not an easy language to learn.
And so I called my sister. My sister's a very famous Russian actress, Sasha Bortich. Check her out if you want to.
All right.
And I called her and I was like, okay, I don't have any money. I think I'm done. I think I need to go home. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna buy you tickets tomorrow when we pick up the date for her to buy the tickets and everything. And then I went to bed to sleep and I had a wonderful dream of me arriving in Moscow and I was just like, what the fuck have I done?
Why am I back here?
And I woke up when you wake up in a cold sweat when they say in the movies. Yes, I woke up in a cold sweat and I was just like, I called her. I was like, no,
That's good though. That was literally your body being like, hell no, you ain't going back. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You better get over this. You better learn some English, girl. Okay.
And it worked out in the end. But it would not work out without an amazing drag queens like Cookie Dough, who's the first people who gave me gigs. Pollo Del Mar, Cookie Dough, who was Honey Mahogany. They were giving me gigs on the tip spots because I was just like, I'm just gonna be real honest with you, I had no money. And not to the point of I have some. No, I had to go to the store of a dollar store and buy a 99-cent mac and cheese, and I would eat that for a week, 3 boxes, and I would that's why I, till this day, cannot fucking eat mac and cheese. Fuck that.
You are over it.
Over it. But I had a lot of good friends who helped me out with money and just getting me on my feet, and they're always going to be really good.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, also we got to acknowledge the sense of strength to come. You know what I mean? I don't even like to get out of my Whennrome, you know what I mean, uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So I can't imagine being I'm gonna move to another country and not be able to speak any English and do it. You know what I mean?
Baby girl, I would go to a gig. I was living in the Russian Hill.
Yeah. Of course you were living in Russian Hill.
I would do my makeup like this with the glasses on. We'll take a 49 bus until on One Street until Market Street, and then do the underground to the Castro, do the gig, then remove my makeup and go home. So it was I was not even I did not have money for Uber at that time.
Right.
Yeah, and then when I would tell the girls that I would arrive and finish my makeup, and they were like, why didn't you got the car and everything? I was like, no, bitch, I catch the bus, bitch. It was, at that time it was 175. It was 175.
I'm here for it though. I mean, that's what you gotta do. And it's interesting, but I guess it's really cool that you decided that drag was gonna be that thing. Do you know what I mean? That kind of help you in it. I mean, it wound up doing it. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I always knew that I was a little bit different. My mom would have problems with me in the kindergarten because I would kindergarten. Yeah, because I would switch clothes with the girls because I thought their clothes so cute. Because my clothes was everything. Boring.
Right.
And so they would always invite her and they're like, you need to talk to yourself.
Can you just Stop.
Yeah, I can just start like.
Give him the time to give Natalie the hot shit back her clothes. Okay?
And so my mom was like, he's just artistic. But then when I was like 14, 15, I already knew that I was like, I loved like playing with gender, and I loved because I knew that I was pretty and tall and just working out. So when I started doing drag, it was like, oh, it just clicked. And for me, it's always like I knew that deep inside, like I'm not trans, but I love this idea of like switching and being beautiful.
You can drag, right? Like you can play with the genders, you can fuck them, you know what I mean? Like you know, say fuck to the gender, like you know what I mean? That's the beauty of that kind of expression.
And just like, clothes. I think when growing up in Russia, the clothes was so boring. Everything was like black or gray or brown. So drag is one of those things when I can like wear whatever beautiful clothes.
How is drag different from here than in Russia?
It's way different. It's way more artistic.
Okay. In Russia or here?
In Russia.
Okay.
So from the perspective of like it's really theater based underground. So you always would have like a backup dancer. So if you perform, you perform with a microphone.
Okay.
If you'll see, like I recently did the drag gig in Miami, and I had to perform with a microphone, and I was like, fuck, I haven't performed with a mic since the last time I performed in fucking Russia in 2021. So, like, let's fucking practice it.
Like live and stuff?
Not the live, but you have to pretend that you're the one who's singing.
Okay.
So, like, we hear when you lip sync, they want to see your lips and the way you express yourself and everything. And we do the same thing, but you have to have a microphone. That's just like pretending that you. I think in Mexico they do the same thing. The drag queens.
You have to have the mic in your hand to pretend the whole time.
Pretend.
That's interesting.
So you go like, oh my god, welcome to the stage
right,
and then you flip the mic off, and then you start pretending that you're singing. And then in the end you're like,
so you can't like, you have to have the mic in your hand versus here where you can just be like, I'm singing. It's a whole gag. That's actually really funny. That's kind of really like limiting, but interesting.
And and the costumes are different. Like we don't have like a more. Everything's supposed to be really costumey, rhinestones and the big hair and everything. So now, of course, with the drag race and drag being like more popular everywhere, you can see that Russia too switches into like a different kind of direction, and we have like a lot of beautiful drag queens that have done like a great job, like Blondie Bond. She was one of the people that I started working with. Who else? Lara Coley. She worked since like in 1993, still in Russia. Zaz Napoli. There's a MQ Glitzer. She's right now lives in Miami. She moved from Russia and started living in Miami. But like the idea behind it, what's the biggest difference is I think it's the community too. In America, drag has more of a community, like more of a sisterhood. In Russia, it's more of a singular performer. You coming over, you do your job, you going home. Like there's no community as here. Yeah,
that's interesting. Okay, well, that's cute. Let's take a break, and then when we come back, we're gonna transition into. Oh, sorry, you're not gonna transition into either. We're gonna start talking about your time here in SF. We'll be back, everyone. And we are back. I hope you guys had a good break. So I apologize. I forgot to ask in the last one. Tell me about your famous Russian actress sister.
Yeah, her name is Sasha, as well as Sasha Bortich. She's a very famous Russian actress. We both went to theater school when we were young, and I just decided to leave, and she stayed, and she built a really great career. She has a son whose name is Sasha as well.
Okay. Just keep it in the family.
Keep it in the family, yeah.
Sasha.
Yeah. And
that's cool. Like she's been in a lot of movies.
So yeah, she does movies and TV. She's very, very popular. She gained her popularity from the movie called I'm Losing Weight. So it was the movie about like the girl who's trying to lose weight. So for that movie, she had to gain a lot of weight. So she came over to the States to do it.
Not her having to come to the United States to gain weight. That is America.
And that movie will really blow up because it was, a struggle of a big girl, and then she's had to lose weight because she's in love with the asshole guy and doesn't see a real love that's a nice guy right in front of her. So
that's actually really funny. That the funniest part about the story is the bitch came here to gain weight because only Americans know how to gain some weight.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, so let's start talking about your time in SF. So what was your first gig in SF?
My first ever gig in SF. Fuck, what was it? There's two in between. I don't remember which one, and if those, well, one of them is not watching, but another one, if you gotta watch it, fuck you. I fucked it up. There was two cheap spots that I did.
Okay.
When I came over, my friend Michael, who was my roommate for a long, long time, he was like getting me to the shows. He was showing me the shows. To try to like get me, and I would get in drag, go to the venue where the show was happening, and I would be like, "Hello, I would like to perform for the tip spot, and you will see I'm a great performer, and please put me in your show." And the first show I think that I was booked for was Glamazon in the cafe.
Okay.
And I was the first ever, and I think I was the only drag queen who got in that show without going to the Glamazon talent pageant.
Okay.
Because she would not book the girls without
going through the pageant.
Through the pageant.
Right.
But when she booked me, the next night, or like whatever, I went to the Monster Show with the cookie dough, Restaurant Soul and Bees. And she booked me on the spot. Like I came over with the USB, and she was like, "Yeah, you can do a tip spot number." So I think the first time I performed was at the Edge, and then the second time when I ever performed was at the cafe for the Glamazon.
Who is your favorite? Okay, so sorry. What are some of your like drag goals like that you haven't accomplished yet? Sorry.
Honestly, to say like you know, a lot of people will say like, "Oh, I want to get on Drag Race" or something like that. And I auditioned for many, many years since I think I moved here. So what, like, I think 2015. That was the first time that I auditioned. It was like season 7. It's already season 17, so like 10 seasons ago. And I would audition almost every year, and sometimes I would get pretty far. Sometimes I would not even receive a call, so you never know. And I think the goals for me, the biggest goal, especially lately in my life, because my life for the past year was, was crazy, and I lost the person that I loved very much to a suicide, and I think for the past year for me was really important to like get back into having fun and enjoying to perform, because there was months when I would not perform at all because I just couldn't do it, couldn't face the people, couldn't go on stage, or I would go on stage and I would start crying in the middle of the show, which was like, I know that people loved it, but
for
it was
sure,
like,
it wasn't good for you.
For me it was like embarrassing because it was like, you're a professional fucking person, what the fuck are you doing? And
but I think there could be moments of like maybe that's like what you needed. At that, you know what I mean? You need it, and it's okay. It can be okay to show those emotions. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think you should give yourself like leeway that like that's what you needed, and that's how you needed to express yourself through drag at that moment. It's not unprofessional to do it. It was just like you just made it part of the art.
And I try to work with that with my therapist as well, because I think it's a Russian mindset. So that's how we do it.
That's not just Russian, girl. That's Russia, puritanical. I mean, that's American too, bitch.
and so for me, I think that the main goal for me right now is to go back into understanding who I am as a drag performer, and just to be happy with what I do and trying to show. Because for me, like I look at drag, of course, like a money making part, like you make money, make living with it. But I think one of the things that are really important for me as a drag performer, just as corny as it sounds, like healing the souls and trying to make people a little bit more happier when they're coming over to the club or to the venue to see it, to make them laugh, to make them smile, to make them forget about the bullshit that they have in their lives, with a bit of, a happiness and
cheer.
Cheer, happiness, jokes, and a beauty. Because I think I'm amazingly beautiful.
You are, baby.
Thank you.
You are gorgeous.
I was just searching for
but you deserve the fish, honey. I'll be the bait. You're amazing. Okay, so let's see. Do your parents or family support your drag?
we're gonna go into it. We're gonna go into it. Me and my mom, we were best friends since I was a young kid. I don't know. I think my mom, which is funny, my mom always wanted to have a girl. When I was in the womb, she would not let them to tell her what it was, a boy or a girl, because she was like, it's a girl. Right. Because the first kid that she had was my brother, and this was a boy.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
So I have an older brother and a younger sister.
Okay.
And so she was like, it's a girl.
Yeah.
And so when I was born, it was a boy. But then we were really close.
Boyish.
A
boy plus.
Well, yeah. Now looking back, I was like, bitch, what the fuck did you want?
Right. You gotta play. You shall we jazz. You shall we see. You gotta play good jazz hands.
Yeah. And so we were best friends for the longest time that I remember, like coming from school and talking to her, and we were really close, and like, you know, she was not as close because she was not as close. I was a very theater kid right away. Everybody knew that I was not gonna be good at sports because my brother was like a football player, like a really, and so
you don't get football player.
Yeah. Well,
you give maybe like I like football players.
Yeah. I'm gonna serve.
Right. I'm the tall boy.
Yeah. And so, long story short, at the time when I started doing drag, kind of like preparing myself to move to America, at some point she found my like makeup, my drag clothes and my wigs and everything that I had under my bed and everything. And so we had a conversation because it was traumatic for her, and
as it would be,
yeah. And we lived together in the same apartment for 3 months without talking.
Oh.
And at that time, I was already like paying rent because I was like wanted to contribute into like being part of the
How
household.
old were you?
I was 18.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My mom made me do that too. I was like, you were young. Oh, no, you weren't that young. Yeah. My mom at 18 was like, so where's my money?
Yeah. And I remember like doing that, and I just remember us not talking, and I just. It was really soul crushing, and for many years we had problems after that because I think I felt very betrayed in that moment.
It hurt, right?
Yeah, and then recently, which was really funny, my therapist, because we always, like, you know, with the childhood trauma, you always come back to it.
Yeah, girl, it follows you, girl. It follows you like twinks and
I remember my therapist going, she was like, well, you talk a lot about how you felt. Have you ever asked your mom how she felt in that moment? And I was like, what the fuck?
How she felt, right? I'm the moment. I'm the star.
But it was really like grounding moment of like, she was like, well, ask. And it took me like, I think 2 months to ask her. And then finally I was like, well, you know what? My therapist kind of told me to ask you and blah, blah. And it was really a beautiful, honest conversation because she was just like, I'm going to be honest, because now we're in a really great relationship with my mom, but at that time, she was just like, I'm just going to be really honest with you, like, my world crushed. Like, I had, like, we were so close, and I had these thoughts in my head how your life is going to go, and then it just all erased. All these 18 years of you being my, and she'd done a lot of growing, and she'd done a lot of research and everything. So, but it was very interesting moment. So with that, she's not like supportive. We just like it's a job. Right. So like as a lawyer, you have suits, and I just have dresses and wigs.
That's
important. And of course, my sister was very supportive. She was the first person who bought me when we were like getting to buy dresses in Russia because I didn't have money. We were broke and poor, and I remember we had just enough money. We went to H&M. We had just enough money to buy a dress, but then there was a jewelry. Oh my god, she's gonna kill me for saying this. There was a jewelry, and I was just like, fuck, I need some jewelry. And she was just like, okay, just go pay for a dress, and then we're gonna leave. And I was like, okay, so I paid for a dress, and she came over and she was like, let's go. And we like left the store, and I was like, what happened? And she was like, I shoplifted the fucking jewelry. And I'm like, because in Russia, like, you can go to prison for it. And I was like, are you fucking crazy? She was like, let's leave the fucking store.
Oh my god. Yeah,
it was
so cute. That's a great story.
Yeah, and I had that jewelry. I think I still have one of those necklaces that she shoplifted for me.
That's really cool. That's a really cool story. Not you almost going to prison. You know,
you should be a drag queen.
When I was in school, there was one time It was in college. It's a mess. I like remember like with some friends. Probably they were just they were ghetto. We were just being hood. You were just young. You were stupid. I was like but I like was in like some store like Urban Outfitters, and they were like, oh, we should take some jeans. And I was like, I don't take jeans, girl. I'm stupid. Duh. And then like somehow they dared me to do it, and then I did it, and I got caught. And I was like, yeah, I'm not good at silly things, guys. So then that was me. Cut to me getting like walked out of the store. I go to Yale at this point, so I'm like getting walked, and the store is like down the street from Yale, like the university. So I'm like getting walked out of the store by the police officer.
Were you handcuffed?
Yes. And then he put me in the back seat of the car, and then I had to go to the thing. But I mean, I went to Yale, so they were just
Have
like,
you had gun pointed on you?
No, girl.
I had once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by FBI.
We're
not going to get into that story.
No, not the way it turned you on, girl. That was a lot.
Well, no, because it was like, I've never been handcuffed. Because it was just like by police or anything. No, but I was detained one time by a.
I've been handcuffed a couple times. I mean, not because I've been arrested for driving. I was driving. I had like a warrant, but it was because a warrant from like a speeding ticket that I didn't pay for 2 or 3 years, and I moved away, and then I came back to California.
Yeah,
and I was driving, and they pulled me over like, oh, you just ignored this warrant. Let's get your ass in jail. So I was in. They wound up getting me in for like a day. I know. Like this.
You would do well in prison, bro.
I do well everywhere. Okay, so your family's social jack. What shows have you? What shows have you done in your time in San Francisco?
Oh, like every show, like any show in San Francisco that you have, like I've done it.
Yeah, I mean, people don't know, girl. So I mean, like.
Oh yeah, so if you go. The funniest part, I think, what I really loved about myself, and maybe like a lot of people right now will tell that I'm a cunt or like a bragger or whatever, because at that time when we moved, we had a really specific split. Right now, people are more like you perform everywhere, but at that time there was a Castro Queens, there was Soma Queens, there was Oakland Queens.
Right.
Like they were not crossing.
Right.
And I was one of the hosts who was performing everywhere. I was like, you have a paycheck?
You were catching the bus.
You have a paycheck? I'll catch your bus.
I'm on number 14. Hold on.
I'm doing my makeup on the bus.
I'll be there in 23 minutes.
Yes, I'm doing my makeup on the bus, girl. So I performed at the Old Stud, at the Stud shows. I performed at Oasis with Heklina Racer Solo Piece at Mother, now in Princess.
Oh my God, can we talk about Heklina? I didn't even know that it wasn't an open and shut case. Like I thought she died, and now we're searching for 3 motherfuckers.
Well, because they didn't tell to anyone.
Yeah,
they were very I think that, and that's why problems started with speculation, people spreading rumors and all that kind of stuff. Because in my mind, I was just like, well, maybe something happened with the drugs. You never know health of people or drugs or anything like that.
We can talk
so
about
you never know about. The thing, I think she was sober at that time.
Really?
Yeah, she was a sober person.
So then this is
So in my mind,
it's getting crazier then, you know what I mean?
So in my mind, I thought it was just like, oh, well, maybe something happened.
If it wasn't drugs, then I was assuming health, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? But because it was...
And then out of nowhere, that was the thing for me, 2 years later.
Yeah, literally 2 years later, but then apparently they said Peaches Christ or whatever has been, first of all, she's been talking about it a lot, but on Facebook, I don't know, maybe do on Instagram so people know. But I guess she's been talking about it and trying to get the police to start bring up the pictures and all that. But it went from open and shut, to now why are we looking for 3 people if there's no suspected foul play? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
For 3 people, that's from the video, if you know those people, bitch, you cannot even see.
You can't even see anyone. I know, I saw that, I was like, what am I supposed to, it's literally, you see kind of a cheekbone and then 3 shadows. What the fuck is that picture?
And it was just crazy from a perspective, it was just well, I understand why maybe the UK police was very guarded about it, because they were they're not really doing a great job anywhere with their police. So, I'm pretty sure. And because Peaches Christ, they're best friends. But I think because she's not a family, they would not. But it was just crazy to me. But when it's surfaced, I was like, oh shit, there's Now it's like a
thing. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because, like, there's no foul play, then why are we looking for 3 people? You know what I mean? Like, is it drugs or it's not? Like, it's just not enough information for me to understand. And, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. And on the conspiracies of what's going on with Selena, may she rest in peace. We're gonna actually end. This is gonna be the end of our. I remember, guys. Sometimes, this is the end.
Great,
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Thank you. This is the end of part 1. We are going to blink and then start recording the second season after this. But thank you, Natalie, for doing this. This is the end of part 1. We will see you soon. Remember, my IG is WHENNROME. And until next time, keep it sassy, San Francisco. Dos Fidania. Hello, I'm back. I mean, I know that I'm not back because this isn't the actual like podcast. This is just like making sure the mic works, but I'm back.